Pennsboro, we had West Virginia, and we had Eldora, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest was,
Yeah, they were the big
you know,
shows.
they was the,
Yeah. You mentioned Pennsboro. Not like Eldora, you had some great luck at Pennsboro. You won the first Mason-Dixon. You won 3 Hillbillies. Of course, one of them was right down the street here at Interstate. Yeah, that was a big win, especially for you, right in front of your hometown. So Pennsboro's been good, and just come up one short one day, and everyone talks about that race, and they talk about the story of Jim Dunn, and not many people talk. They talk about who ran second that day, but you did.
Well,
I know it was a day that you look back now, and it.
Jim Dunn was a good person, and he was a good little race car driver. And I remember that day to a T. You know, Jim struggled to qualify. He struggled in the heat. We helped him. I remember helping him in the consi. He started to back the consi to get up to get transferred into the feature. Helped him get going. Well, that day, and I think I'm right, Mark can correct me if I'm wrong, you know, we left the front end open. We was up front, and we knew what we was, you know, had possible to do. We, you know, win the show. And as always, it gets later in October. It gets colder. It gets darker, and we get to being cold as hell. Our temperature is down cold. And as I'd run off in the corner, the longer we went, the more yellow flags, the more time it took. It would just, as I lift off the gas, it just started stopping. It did, and I couldn't get going. You know, and I could see Jim. I knew he was there, and wasn't nothing I could do. I was running as hard as I could, you know, because no matter how hard I drove around that bridge, as I had to get off a little bit to get it to turn, it would just die. You know, so he's sort of sensing, you know, what I'm doing. I ain't trying to hold, you know, I don't hold nobody back, and I wouldn't have moved up to run over him for nothing. And here he come, and I knew he was out there, and that was the old Humper days, and I mean, he was out there, he had enough track.
Well, he pitted and got tires. He
yeah,
got softer tires.
he did that, and then, you know, like I said, we just kept, you know, getting colder and colder and running worse. If the motor would have stayed running good, not getting so cold, and Jim he's covered up, he had no opening. And it just got colder and longer. It just got to where it wouldn't run. But one of our cars, and a good guy. I mean, we've lost 35,000 years ago at
Log cabin.
Log cabin with a flat tire with one lap to go. You know,
And one of our cars won.
Yeah, so one of them won there. So you know, I mean, we was, you know, yeah, it hurt, but we accepted it. We won our share, and one of our cars won. So it wasn't like, you know, we would get pissed off, not talk or throw and kick. We went out and congratulated him.
Yeah.
I went out to Jim. I went out to Donnie Moran and picked him up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just part of it.
It was different
You
then.
race that long, and you get your opportunity to win in the pavement and the dirt and everything I got to do. I learned to accept that. Yeah, we didn't like it, but everybody knew we did all we could.